I was watching the guy I've turned a lot of you guys on to. He's live streaming over there on YouTube. And I was watching him, and then I had to leave, but I was listening to him as I was driving. He was squirming. And I'm not making fun of you. I'm just saying this is typical. When you want the market to run in your favor, you can't stand it. Like, it's like, come on, please, 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 go for me, go for me, go for me. The best thing you can do if you feel that, and it's not going to feel like this is the best thing. It's not going to feel like it's the thing you should be doing. But if you have enough of a position to take something off, that's what you do. And I know he doesn't like partials because he thinks it's not worth having the initial risk. And I understand that's the same argument that other people on Twitter and YouTube and Facebook, they have the same opinion. But partials profit. Okay, I don't understand the argument. If you get stopped out, that's a partial of your equity that you just lost. I mean, think, folks. Think. No, I don't want to take any profits. That doesn't make any sense to me, to take something out and pay myself for all the time and effort and energy and attention I've placed on this engagement here. No, I don't want to do that. It's all or nothing. To me, that doesn't make any sense. That makes absolute zero sense to me. Are you going to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then say, okay, I got a flat tire. I can't make it to work on time. I'm tied up. Can't get to work. I got to call out on Friday. And then, hey, boss, listen, I couldn't do Friday. Just keep everything I put in. Just, let me go home with nothing. That's what trading. That's exactly what trading is without taking partials when you're given the opportunity to be paid. That's the equivalent of that. Does that make any sense? That's asinine. You are going to struggle when you first start learning how to do this. So it is advantageous for you to know where you're trying to take profits. So that way you know what it feels like. You get accustomed to doing it over and over again. And that's why I teach and I preach that when you're new, you should strive to get 5 handles. Not that that's your entire career. That's not what I've never said that, but you can make a career on that. Don't let anybody tell you you can't make a career on 5 handles, because I'm going to tell you something. I could do that every single day and show you that account, a live account, a funded account, Robin's Cup, whatever the fuck you want to do. I can beat Robin's Cup with 5 handles. All you got to do is find your ass in that leaderboard. Okay? That's all I'm asking you to do. Don't waste my fucking time talking. Don't talk. Get up there and then talk. Because once you call me out and you tweet to me, everybody's going to fucking see it, clowns. And I will rip your shit apart. Sorry, I had to let that out. But you have to have a target, a goal, something. Because here's what you don't realize. You might have a good edge. You might have a good role. You might be dialed in, and your attention to detail is keyed up. You know exactly what you're doing. And you've been consistent for a day, a week, a month, a couple months. And you get this feeling like you're King Kong and you can't do anything wrong. Then you get into that trade that's going to come. And you're going to hold on to it. And it's going to build up a lot of unrealized equity. That means on paper, unrealized potential. If you close a trade, you would get that, but you're not going to, because partials are stupid. That's what you've been telling yourself, and you don't want to subscribe to that. And I have watched my own trades. I've watched my students' trades, and I've watched people that don't trade anything like me get real close to their objectives. And I listened and I observed and I watched them arm wrestle the public, because people with more insight than them, more experience than them, simply said, why don't you just take something off here? It's struggling and you're flipping out and you're losing your mind and you're stressing out and you're all over the place. You're animated, can't sit still, and you're live streaming. That made me anxious. And I don't get anxious in the marketplace, but that made me anxious watching this person squirm over something that is such an easy remedy. You just take something off. That's trade management. That's risk management. And it's also emotional management. You have to manage the person that's pushing the buttons. And money, fear of losing, fear of judgment publicly. Listen, I'm going to call a move, probably a couple of them this year, and it's not going to work. You think I give a shit what you think if I do it wrong? I don't care. I'm going to do it more times right than I'll do it wrong, and it's okay. And I want you to understand that you're going to do it wrong, and because you don't know for certain. You don't know for certain it's going to move where you want it to. I'm proving with my annotations that most of the time I'm right. But today, I wasn't. I wasn't. Even though I was wrong, it didn't go to my 39.45 objective. Even though I was wrong and I saw a fair value gap that I wanted to see, remain unfilled, it filled in, and that was a warning sign to me. I was like, okay, it needs to rip up to that 39.45. If it came all the way back down there, it needs to vault, go right up there, have no difficulty whatsoever. And I've mapped out 2 times where everybody that would just simply watch the first couple of videos of my 2022 mentorship and think they got it all figured out and they don't have to watch anything else. I'm going to tell you the folks that took shortcuts where they're going to see the fair value gap, the shift in market structure, and they're going to try to go short. And I'm telling you in the chart, that's not it. Because you didn't watch the entire thing, you didn't back test, you didn't read price, you didn't study, you didn't do any of those things. And you're trying to sell short today. Over and over and over again, wrestling, arm wrestling, because you have something to prove. Well, you're proving that you're not as disciplined as you claim to be. You're not profitable. You're not consistent. You're not precise. And your method's shit. Yin and yang ain't doing shit for you. So if you're going to wrestle with these markets, you don't invite yourself to be wrestling emotionally and psychologically while you're in the trades. So if you feel that tug of war that's affecting your focus, if you're physically talking about it, if you do those types of things, if you make any kind of physical, audible response to whatever the market's doing, that's the surest sign that you need to take something off. You have to do that. If you don't do that, you're literally putting yourself through the ringer for no reason. Because you don't know if your target's going to get hit, just like mine wasn't hit today. I had 2 partials that came off, and I had the largest portion of the trade in the book. My stops were rolled. If it came back, I told you I didn't care. $9,100, but wrong. Say that again. $9,100, and I was wrong. How many times can you afford to be wrong if you don't pay yourself? You're literally in the statistics that this industry talks about, shitting yourself in the first 90 days, which is why I did today, day 1, 90 days. You'll see every fucking trade, everything, full history, everything, but you will not see that from the people crying about it. They want me to do it. I have no problem doing this, folks. If that's what you need to feel good about this, sure, it's no problem. I do it every day anyway. Like, I'm going to fucking forget how to trade because I got to show you the history. Listen, we're dumb. We're done with all this dumb shit. Okay. I'm killing everything this year. I'm removing any doubts. All you have to do is keep showing up. I'm bringing everything. You can't be profitable. You can't make a lot of money with 5 handles. Watch me. Watch my students. You don't need to know where the high is going to go. You don't need to know where it's going to close. You don't need to capture the full AM session move. You don't need to capture the full PM session move. You don't have to be right on your direction. You can be wrong, get in alignment and say, okay, I was wrong there, and then reverse it and do half the position size that I just took a loss on, and end up making more money than you probably would have done if it would have moved in your favor.